We need to have a serious conversation about Euphoria, Zendaya, and the absolute chaos surrounding how the show just wrapped up. Because if you've been on social media at all lately, you know the fan base is in a collective, massive meltdown mode. People already got those strange vibes before they even started filming, and there were rumors swirling for months that this was the exact reason why there was such an insane delay in getting the third season off the ground. Apparently, Zendaya, Sam Levinson, and the executives at HBO just could not agree on where the story was headed for season 3. But now that the finale has dropped, and it has been officially announced that there will no longer be any more Euphoria in the future, the truth is coming to light. This final room and Zendaya's actions pretty much say it all, with people feeling like she's just completely miserable with how things ended, her storyline, Rue's fate, and everything else involved. And to make matters worse, her mom even came out and made a statement online. It's been a few weeks since the Euphoria finale aired, and people have finally had time to sit with their feelings over what we saw play out in the final season, and specifically in that devastating finale. Before the finale even hit our screens, people noted that the cast did not seem interested in promoting this third season at all. Fans felt that everyone just seemed kind of over it and ready for the project to wrap up for good. There had been a massive amount of speculation leading up to its release about what exactly was going on with season 3, why it was so delayed, and rumors swirled that some of the massive gap between seasons had to do with not only Sam Levinson doing The Idol, but also because him, Zendaya, and HBO could not agree on what was going to happen in the end. Spoiler alert, in the last episode, Rue does not make it. We see Alamo give Rue laced pills, she ends up taking them, and her story comes to a tragic conclusion. Sam Levinson spoke about the finale in a way that deeply frustrated people because he claimed that people like Rue just don't make it.
Felt like the honest ending. The honest ending is people like Rue don't make it.
Was incredibly confusing to a lot of people because they were like, wait, why is that the message here? Especially when he said at first that this was something he was basing directly off of his own personal life story and that in a way he was Rue. Obviously, Sam Levinson is alive today, so everyone was like, wait, I thought that this was supposed to be a story that gave people hope. Then suddenly, he's trying to say that he did this third season to honor Angus Cloud and spread awareness about what is happening in the US with a certain deadly drug that starts with an F, and I probably can't say on here.
I wanted to tell this story for Angus and for people who weren't granted a second chance.
So we were all just wondering where this happy ending for Rue went, because originally, that seemed to be the exact story that they were pushing for from the very beginning. Plus, Rue was literally on the mend, but Alamo killed her. So for him to say that people like Rue don't make it, people were very confused and angry. I don't know if he was trying to say people like Rue, as in everything that she did during this season, meant there was just no logical way she would make it through all that she went through without repercussions, but people were not happy. They were like, why are you making it seem like nobody can ever fully recover from being addicted? People also felt like Zendaya was clearly not happy with Rue's ending, because she didn't say one single thing after the finale aired. I mean, it was just glaringly obvious to people that she was over this season of Euphoria with the way that she did some interviews for her film, The Drama. When asked about Euphoria during that press run, she straight up said that this was the last season before any news came out officially. She just let everybody know, yeah, it's a wrap, it's over. And outside of that, any interviews she gave when asked about how she felt about season 3 were pretty vague.
This is Ms. Rue going through it, as always, in the same old white tank top and a vintage button-up.
Euphoria, what have you seen? What should we expect?
I've seen a little bit, but there's gosh, it was a whirlwind. I usually did what I do in 8 months in like 4 months.
Whoa.
So I just was like, you know, it's like trying to get 8 episodes in at once. So it just like flew by me, but I'm excited. I hope it turns out beautifully.
Like I've told you, I love what you do with recovery in the show.
Thank you so much.
So real.
I appreciate
The
it.
Hope episode, always.
Not only that, but right after the finale, her mom posted on social media and said, lots of messages in my DMs from people about last night's episode. I'm going to keep my thoughts to myself. Definitely made me and other emotions as well, but just going to leave it right there. Now, Zendaya had been previously seen talking heavily about how she desperately wanted Rue to make it, to live and overcome all that she had gone through in high school. She really wanted to encourage people who saw themselves in Rue. So, for this to be her ultimate outcome, people know that she was definitely not happy.
This a lot because I think of Rue as as a real person. I think of her as somebody, I don't know if she's a little sister to me or somebody, but I really, really care about her. And I have a tremendous amount of protection, and I just want her to do well in life and all this stuff, you know. And I don't think I could tell her anything because I think she's heard it all before, and that's the point. Is she can't receive that information. She's got to figure it out on her own. But what I wish for her, what I hope she finds out, and what I hope she allows herself is to accept the good things in her life and to accept the fact that she's worthy of good things. Because I think when you make those kinds of mistakes and you cause that kind of damage, you don't think that you're worthy of good and you continue to damage yourself. And I want her to know that she's good. And I want her to know that she's worthy of love and beautiful things happening and entering her life. And I always say that I feel like there's hope for Rue, because if Sam is any indication of who Rue can be, she'll be all right, you know? So there's definitely some hope there for Rue.
But there was, in fact, no hope for Rue, unfortunately. In an article published about them from a few years ago, they wrote that during an award season Q&A with The Hollywood Reporter, the two-time Emmy winner joined her Euphoria co-stars to look back on season 2 and discuss their hopes for the show's third installment. When the actors were asked what the concept of Euphoria looks like to each of their characters going forward, Zendaya said that for Rue, one wish is literally just to be able to be alive and maybe enjoy it. She added that her character feels like she's always drowning and hopes that Rue can, for a moment, keep her head above water with a little bit of joy. She explicitly stated, "I know she can do it because Sam wrote it and Sam is Rue and he's done it." As Rue was inspired by Euphoria creator Sam Levinson's own adolescent struggles with addiction, he was supposed to be the living proof that there is hope for Rue and anyone like Rue. Zendaya was so grateful for those experiences and said that when somebody comes up to her and speaks about how they connected to Rue, to her, that is the greatest gift she can ever ask for, giving her euphoria and purpose in what she does. Zendaya really felt for Rue in just so many ways. This was a character that she loved deeply, and back in 2022, when season 2 was airing, she posted online about Rue's journey. She said, "I guess this is what I hope we hold on to and are left with in the end. I think in this show and this season more specifically, she hits rock bottom. It's my hope for people watching that they still see her as a person worthy of their love and worthy of their time, and that she has a redemptive quality still, and that we still see the good in her even if she can't see it in herself. I think that if people can go with her through that and get to the end and still have hope for her future and watch her make the changes and steps to heal and humanize her through her sobriety journey and her addiction, then maybe they can extend that to people in real life. If you can love her, then you can love someone that is struggling with the same and maybe have a greater understanding of the pain they're facing that is often out of their control. So for me, that is the most important thing. I care about her deeply." She also emphasized that she cares about the people who care about Rue because many of them share her story of addiction and sobriety, and she thought it was vital to continue having that love for her. She said it was a long-winded way of saying that it's important to have characters that are flawed and remember that we are not the worst mistake we've ever made, and that redemption is still entirely possible. The interview that she was referring to was with Variety, where she spoke passionately about wanting this happiness for Rue, and you could tell she really wanted her to get a happily ever after in a way to heal and overcome, just like Sam did.
The show is so much about trauma. We see so much about trauma. How many seasons could a show go like this?
Well, you know, I think what was really important this season was that we did this, right? Is that we carried her all the way, I think, to hopefully what is rock bottom in a dark moment, and hopefully by the end leave with a sense of happiness, of joy, that there is, I think, hope for her in the end. And I think that was expressed through her watching Lexi's play, but also I think I was able to write this song with Lab called "I'm Tired," and we had written it earlier in the season for a different emotional point. What's up? For the different emotional point that Rue was in, and then once we got to the end and we had this hopeful moment, we were like,
wait, let's go back and rewrite a version that has more hope and more joy in it and shows that Rue wants to be here. And it's up to her now. And I really hope that we can explore, I think, her life in the future closer towards the other side in her sobriety journey, figuring that out.
And maybe she was just completely miserable that she had done all this press over the years about Rue having a good ending, only for her character to get killed off in a dark, hopeless way. The only thing that we really have about Zendaya's feelings towards the actual ending is this short clip that HBO posted of Zendaya from her last day of filming as Rue, where
I just want to say thank you. I'm really grateful for every single one of you, and many of you have been here from the beginning, watched me grow up. It's been such a pleasure and an honor. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap.
it's honestly incredibly to see how highly she spoke of the show, of Rue, and of Sam before the massive gap between the second season and the third season. Truly, after The Idol came out is when there seemed to be this massive shift in how people looked at Sam Levinson, including Zendaya, allegedly. Apparently, after The Idol dropped, she was looking at him a little bit differently. So, I don't know if he just went completely rogue with the ending for Rue because they weren't as close as they once were, and Zendaya had significantly less of a say creatively because of that fracture. But this is exactly what ended up happening and playing out on screen, leaving fans completely heartbroken that the series had to go out in a way where the cast didn't seem the happiest with what happened to their characters, at least with Zendaya. But I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.